It is Friday. I'm completely out of sync with my days this week. Little one got sent home from school on Monday, and he's been off all week, so I couldn't really tell you what day it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Friday. I'm here with you anyway. So how are you all doing? What have you been up to? How's your week been? Where are you watching from? Are you safe? Are you happy? Are you well? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some lovely necklaces. So we're going to be using head pins and an eye pin to create like a lovely kind of focal feature using crystals and beads. I don't think I've done anything quite like this before. It's a very simple make. It's just looking at the components that you've got and thinking, well, what can I do differently with this? So they are very lovely. I can show you them on the website, of course, but this is what we're making today. Little bit of chain, as I say, some head pins, some eye pins, some gorgeous crystals, and some beautiful glass pearls as well. So we've got 4 different colours for you today, and we've got some lovely, lovely little deals for you. She should hang straight. There you go. So lovely and long. You can make these as long as you like, as short as you like. You can do whatever you want with them. So I'm going to say a quick hello to you in the comments before I take you over to the website, and I'll keep an eye on my phone in case the school rings because he's back in today. Hello to Carol. She says, hi all. Good morning to David. Hello to Joy. Hello to Anne. She says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. Hello to our Camille. She's hoping everybody is well. Good morning to Amelia. David says it's nice and sunny here in Frinton, and he's sitting by the heater. It's overcast today here, and it's very, very cold as well. Good morning to our lovely Lucy. Hello to Diane. She says, sorry to hear about your little boy. What happened to him while you're doing this today? Well, he got sent home on Monday, thankfully just after I'd finished the live with you. And he seems to have been okay during the day mainly. And then he gets a bit of a temperature at night. He's bouncing off the walls yesterday, driving me absolutely mad. So I was like, right, he's definitely better. His appetite's back. He's got a really tickly cough still at the moment, but he has been sent into school this morning. It's the last day of term. He seems fine in himself, no temperature or anything like that. But we will wait and see. So if I do get a phone call, I'm sure he'll be fine as long as he waits till maybe this afternoon. So yeah, I'm all out of sync with the days, but he's fine. Honestly, he's good. But thank you for asking, Diane. Elaine says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. Mina says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. Good morning to Kim. She says, good morning, everyone. This looks stunning. Oh, thanks, Kim. I really hope you like it. As I say, something a little bit different, and I would say something that any level of jewellery maker can make. Good morning to Debbie. She says, good morning. Just balance my tea on my lap to tune on. And now I've got a warm puddle. Oh dear. So she needs to get this week done too. Good morning to Kath. Hello, Mummy. How are you doing? Mina says, how's a handsome boy? He's all right, Mina. He's fine. Good morning to Anna. I think I've got starting to get the cough, though. So if you do make me laugh, it might just turn into a cough today. Good morning to Anna. She says, good morning, everybody. A wee bit dull here in Perth. Good morning to Angel. She's in Idaho. Marina is in Australia. Hello to you. Good morning to Angela. Good morning to Joanne. She says, good morning, Natalie. Very dull in Coventry so far. Looks like it might be trying to shine. Best wishes to all. Good morning to our Ruth. How you doing, Ruth? Yeah, I know, Mina. I've got he's being a little tink. He's refusing to take his medicine, and if he doesn't want anything like Calpol, then I know he's not well. But he's been okay. I think I'm going to have to get some cough mixture maybe. Can't get a GP appointment for love nor trying. Angela says it's very windy here in Forfar. Good morning to Tracy. Hello to Nicole. She says, hi, Natalie and everybody. It's early 2-ish here in a rainy Oregon. Good morning to Edward. Hello to Wendy. Hello to Sue, who's watching, and she's making last week's necklace. Oh, that's fantastic. And good morning to Sue. We've got two Sues, Sue Bentley and Sue Morris coming. Everybody with the same name comes in all the same time. It's the same with the Eileens. They come in together as well. Hello, Teresa. How are you doing? Right, I'm going to take you straight over to the website and show you these bargains that we've got today. I know I say it's always a bargain, but it really is, I think, for the amount of components that you're getting in your kits. So head on over to TotallyBeads.co.uk, where you can get all your absolute beauties. So head into video tutorials, and today we're doing the laurel necklace. So very pretty. We've got 4 beautiful colours for you today. You can choose from Champagne Haze, Lagoon Ice, Rose and Stardust. Now they are only £3.99 for your kit, and you can get 4 for £12 as well. Now we've got a lot of people watching from all over. If you're ever not sure how much that is from pounds into your currency, you can go onto the currency converter at the top here, and you can click on Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, euros, US dollars, whatever you want. So you can click on that and you can see that they are only $4.87. It's still showing the 4 for 12, so you will still get that offer. That will convert for you at the end. An absolute bargain today. Let me change that back though, so I don't get confused. So that's how you change your currency if you need to. Hopefully you heard that okay and I wasn't stuttering too much. Sometimes when I do head over to the website, it does kind of get a bit jolty with the connections, but let me show you what is in our Champagne Haze kit today. So you're getting your gorgeous 6mm jump rings. That's going to be used to link all of these beautiful connecting parts and beads together. You're also going to get a 12mm lobster clasp. You're getting gorgeous oval chain. You can choose from the gold kits or the silver kits, so all your findings will match. So for example, if you've got this gorgeous Champagne Haze, then all your jump rings, all your pins are going to be matching those colours. You're also going to get your eye pins. You're getting 1 head pin because we only need 1 to dangle off the bottom, but we're going to be using those eye pins to make double connectors. You're also going to get your gorgeous glass pearls and your crystals. So this is how the Champagne Haze looks. I think they are very elegant necklaces. And again, you can change up the length of your chain if you want this to sit differently. We're going to be running these gorgeous features through the chain on the necklace as well, making that beautiful pendant and then dropping those down into a beautiful little dangle. If you're wondering what is in my kit, then you can see that is your chain, your crystal rondelles, you've got your gorgeous dark champagne AB there, and you've also got your peach beads. So very pretty for the Champagne Haze. If you're feeling a little blue, and it is cold outside, this one's gorgeous. This is your Lagoon Ice. This is the one I'm going to be demoing with for you today, because you know me, I love my blues. Again, everything you need in your kit, from your jump rings to your lobster clasp and your chain, all of those findings, eye pins, head pins, and your pearls and crystals. This is how your Lagoon Ice looks. Very pretty. £3.99 for your kit, or you can get all 4 colours for £12. You can scroll down the bottom there as well and see what colour your pearls and crystals are. This is your rose. So we've got a pretty in pink, very pretty. I think this looks gorgeous on that chain and those pins. So that's how that will sit. Again, you can scroll down. There's no image, I'm afraid, of the salmon pink showing at the moment, but you can see those rose pink round pearls as well. And again, I can show you them all on the mat so you can see how those crystals look in terms of colour. Absolute bargain today, £3.99. I mean, I think for the amount of chain you're going to be getting in your kit, you know, it is a real bargain. This one is your Stardust. So we've got this beautiful kind of silver and grey colourway for you on the silver chain and findings. Again, you can scroll down, have a little look at those opal light grey. Absolutely beautiful crystal rondelles, very, very twinkly. So, bargains for you today. Got lots of post coming. £3.99 or 4 for £12. So let me see what's happening in the comments. What have I missed and what do you like? I'm gonna scroll all the way back. I've got lots of lovely comments. Did I say hello to Wendy? I did. I said hello to Susan, Teresa, Mina saying lemon and honey and a pinch of salt and a shot glass of warm water for a cough. Mina, he's not quite 5 yet. He's actually probably will quite enjoy the novelty of a shot glass, but there's no way I'm going to get him to drink that. I can try. He won't even have his Calpol. But if I get the cough, then I'll take it. Thank you for the advice. This is the link for you today. TotallyBeads.co.uk/Facebook-tutorials/Laurel-necklace. Thank you very much for that, Lucy. Christy's in. She says, good morning from sunny but dark San Diego, California. Great to see you. Great to see you too. Hopefully my audio isn't too bad now. I've stopped scrolling about on the website and showing you the different currencies you can kind of convert that over to. Good morning to Birgit. She says, good morning, Natalie and everybody here. Camille has also got a dry, ticklish cough. But it's hay fever season starting. Do you know what? I hadn't even considered that, Camille. It could well be. Birgit says it's cloudy and cold in Germany. Pauline's here. Hello, my love. David says it's such good value, so I've got all 4. David, well done to you. I really hope you like them. You'll make these in no time. Everybody's being very nice. We've got gorgeous design. Lucy, you have a pink. Pink is my favourite, says Lucy. Thank you so much for the well wishes. I'm sure you'll be fine. Mina says, my list of to-do projects is just growing and it never ends. Plus all kits and bundles I have. Now, I've seen somebody comment earlier this week in the group, and before I could answer the question, everybody else had jumped in and helped. When you get your kits, stick a little label on them or write on it in a marker pen what it is. So today I'd write Laurel necklace. You could even pop the date on it. And then if you don't get around to doing it, when you're going through all your wonderful stash of goodies, you don't have to think, what was I making with that? Because it's so easily done. I write random things on my kit because obviously Leanne usually chooses the names that we make. Sometimes I'll see something and I think, oh, it needs to be called that. But Leanne, thank you, Leanne, comes up with wonderful names for things. So for me today, I probably called this like focal pin necklace or something really not that like lovely sounding, but I know what that means. So yeah, write on your kits when you get them, unless you're going to make them straight away. Camille says that's Lucy's, the rose one. Good morning to Francis. Good morning to Sue. She says, good morning, Natalie and everybody. I'm practicing the St. Petersburg stitch at the moment. Good luck with that. Christy says it's fabulous value. Diana's in, wishing everybody a happy Beady Friday. And Tutu's in, hello to you. Good morning to Debbie. Mary's in as well. She says these look lovely. She's ordered all of them. Well done, Mary. Thank you so much. Hello to Trine from Denmark. She says she loves my earrings. Thank you very much. They're just little beads. Thank you very much, Trine. Hello again to, is it Debbie's birthday? Have I missed something? Francis says, happy birthday, Debbie. It is. It's her birthday celebrations at the weekend. How lovely. Happy birthday to you. And Christy says it's a great deal. And David's always writing on the bag because he's savvy as our David. Right, down on the mat we go. Let me show you what we're doing today. So they look beautiful and they hang really nicely as well. So this is your little pink number. You've got that gorgeous little kind of sparkly silver dust. I will put them all down on the mat for you. This one is your gorgeous blue. Did we call it Blue Lagoon? Lagoon Ice. So they will hang when on and sit lovely, but there is nice movement in those pins. And then we've also got this golden haze. I've dropped my ruler. I will need that. Again, they look much better if I can show you them on the bust, but you need to see how gorgeous these crystals are, having those little bits of sparkles. So I will move those off to the side and I'll explain to you just how easy these are to make. Why I pick my ruler up. So I'm going to start off just making double connectors on these little pins, on the eye pins, and I'm just going to add one crystal onto each pin and attach all 6 of them onto the jump ring in the center. And then going to do the same again, but using the pearls. And I'll make 6 of those, again, making them double connectors by turning that loop on that other pin. And then these just easily connect together. So I'll pick up a pearl and add that onto my jump ring with the corresponding crystal that runs in the middle and another pearl. So I will link them through to make the pendant first. Then all it is a case of attaching the chain. So the chain at the back of the neck, I use about 27 centimeters in total. I'll make lovely little loops on these pins using 3 of the crystals and the pearls, and then the top strand I tend to use about 5 centimeters. This middle strand of chain will be 6 centimeters, so it's going to be about a centimeter difference, which is just going to accommodate for this part here, which will make it hang lovely, and about a centimeter of chain on the bottom into another jump ring with little dangles. They really are very straightforward. So if I just move them up out of the way, should I leave that there so you can see, or is that going to get in the way? So I'm just going to start turning my pins. Lucy says the necklaces look gorgeous. Karen says, good morning, these necklaces look lovely. And Mina's just post kit on group, and Mina and Lucy will always help out if we've got other members too who are lovely to help out. Yes, exactly, Mina. I was going to say, I think it's the Hugs and Kisses kit, and then somebody else had already got there. So you're all very helpful. Tutu says, wow, that's gorgeous. So I'm glad you like them. So as I say, I'm going to start off with the crystals in the center. Good morning, Elaine. So you can use your looper for this, or you can use your round nose and your pliers and your cutters, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to take my eye pin out of my kit. It's got this little loop at the top already, which is why we call it an eye pin, because it looks like the letter I suppose, or a little lollipop. I'm going to slide on my crystal, and then if I am doing it with my pliers, then I'm going to give it a little bend to 90 degrees just to bend that pin in that direction. Christy's asking what group. It's the Totally Handmade group on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, we've got a lovely community group where we share our makes, our woes, our questions, and everyone's really friendly. Nobody ever says anything negative about anyone's makes. We offer constructive criticism if it's asked for, but usually it just provides a whole lot of inspiration. So if Lucy, could you drop that link in? If you're on Facebook, then definitely join the handmade group. There you go. Look, she's on it already. Thanks, Luce. So there's the link for you there. You can just click on that or type into your search Totally Handmade, and it will pop up for you. Lucy says, I won't lie, I might be good at helping others, but not helping myself. Lol, I need to be more organised. Yeah, no, I'm full of the suggestions. You should do this, you should do that. I never do it myself. But there you go. So I've now turned my pin. I've cut off, so I've left about 1 centimetre of my pin. And I'm going to go in with my round nose, making sure that pin's not sticking out. If it's sticking out as I come to turn it like this, then I'm going to have this straight bit here. So I'm just popping it in between my round nose pliers. I hold it down, that bead, with my thumb or my fingernail, just so I can give that a little turn all the way round. So I've got that beautiful little connector on both ends. Now, if I need to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten it out. I shouldn't do with this, but if it's not quite straight, I'm just going to give it a little twist on both ends with my pliers, because I want that loop running nice and evenly. So when I start to connect these together, it will sit nicely. David says the handmade group is excellent. And Christy says, thanks so much for the links. So wonderful to know about this. Well, this is what we are. We're a community. We all help each other out. And that's why we're all here. Heidi says she's missed the start. We'll catch up later. I'm just getting going, Heidi. So head on over to the website if you need to. We've got an offer on the kits today. They are £3.99, or you can get all 4 gorgeous colours for just £12. So I'm going to make 6 of these. And I'm going to make 6 of my pearl pins as well. So we'll do that now. And I'll show you how to do that with the looper, if you've got one, if you need to use that. Maybe your hands are a little bit cold, or you've been busy making and you don't want to you want to make the most of your tools. All I'm going to do is I've got this head pin, this eye pin, sorry, out of my kit, and you can see it's not quite sitting straight already. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my round nose pliers, and I'm going to give that a little push back. I want that to be sitting on the top, so we've got an eye shape, not a P shape. If I'm using my looper, I'm going to pop my pearl or my crystal on, and I'm going to slide that through so that pin goes towards that little hole at the back, if you can see that there. So I'm just going to line that up, and then I'm just going to squish my handles together and create that little loop on the pin. Let's just take that off. And this is what I did this deliberately to show you. Can you see they're not quite sitting straight? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that little link over, and then with both pliers, I'm going to take one end and the other end, and I'm just going to give it a little twist so my loops are running in the same direction. So once I've got my 6 little crystals, I'm going to take one of my jump rings, which are the 6mm jump rings, and I'm just going to open that up. So I'm going to hold it with both ends of my pliers, or if you've got a little jump ring opener, you can get like a little ring that sits on your finger, whatever you're using, just to turn that away or towards me, just to open it up. Christy says she's getting all 4 as well. That's amazing. Birgit says, yeah, the organising problem always sticks on me as well. Heidi says, she bought all 4. We won't tell anybody, but thank you, Heidi. I really appreciate it. And Joanne says she's loving my nails. Thank you very much. A little bit of amethyst crystal for you today. So I'm picking up my crystal beads. I'm going to thread all 6 onto that jump ring. So I'm just holding it with one end. You might want to just hold the tip while you get them all on. And I'm going to place 6 of the crystals all onto the same jump ring. Come back in with my pliers. And if I've turned it towards me to open it, I'm going to turn it away from me to close it. So let's get that back on. So I'm taking the tips of my pliers just to hold on to that and make sure that jump ring is fully closed. So if I lay that down on the table, I'm just going to make sure that they're sitting in the right direction. And what I mean by that is they're not crossing over each other. So I've got all 6 of my crystals sitting on that one jump ring. I'm then going to take 6 of my pearls. Now I've already done these because I'm a little bit aware of time, and you've seen me turn a pin, so you know how to do it. But I will do some more of the multi-bead connectors as well. So again, I'm going to just check through, make sure they're all sitting in the right direction, and then I'm going to open up some of my jump rings here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a jump ring and one of my pearls, and I'm going to slide my pearl on to the jump ring and then through the crystal. I will pick it up while I do it. So I've now attached it onto one of the crystals, and then I'm going to pick up another pearl connector and then close that jump ring over. You can keep popping it down and picking it back up. All I want to make sure is each time I attach the pearl, it goes onto the next crystal, if that makes sense. So again, opening up my jump ring, taking that pearl that I've just attached on last, then the next crystal on the jump ring, and then another one of the pearls, and then close that jump ring over. So as I start to join these together, we're going to make kind of like a little, kind of maybe a little flower shape. It's going to look like a little pendant. Good morning, Claire. How are you doing? Again, opening up that jump ring. I'm going to attach onto the last pearl. Then I'm going to pick up the next crystal on the jump ring, the one that's sitting next to it. Slide that through the jump ring as well, and then add on the next pearl connector. Close that over. Make sure your jump rings are fully closed. And then I'm just going to keep going with that same repetition all the way around until I've connected all 6 pearls to all the crystals in the middle. So I am picking it up so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just making sure that that is onto the next crystal. Adding on my pearl, closing that jump ring over. Claire says she's tired but good. How are you? I'm okay too. It's Friday, isn't it? Finally Friday. Opening up the jump ring, pearl, the next crystal, and then my last pearl. So now all I need to do is connect this pearl to that crystal and that pearl pin. So picking that jump ring up, turn it round this way. You might find it easier to do it while you're lying it flat. Those pins will move nicely for you. And then close that over. So you can see here, I've made what's going to be the focal point of our necklace. And it will sit in the middle like that. So I'm just checking that they're not crossed over, but they're all sitting nicely. And when I put the chain on it, it will open it up and it will hang really nicely. So next, after I've put all those together, it's just a case of starting to kind of make those chain links really, and then piecing it all together. So I'm going to start off with the back of the chain, so the chain that's going to run around the back of my neck, and I've cut about 27 centimeters. If you want to make this shorter, you can do. If you want it to hang lower, then you can just make that a little bit longer. I only think I need 27 centimeters because we're going to make double connectors with more pins as well to kind of run through the body of the chain. So to find the center, I've measured this out already against my ruler. I'm just going to bring those ends of the chain together so I can find roughly what the middle link is. I'm going to open up that link. So I'm just finding in the opening in the link, I'm just hanging it up together to make sure that they are running even. So I'm making that chain length equal to each other, but in 2 parts. I can add on my findings now in terms of my clasp. So I'm going to take 1 jump ring and slide it on to the end of the chain. I'm going to take another jump ring and add that onto the end of the chain as well with my little lobster clasp. So I've got gorgeous 12mm lobster clasp there. That's just going to slide on. And you can work off your bust as well if you've got one. So obviously if you've got like a little jewellery bust, a little necklace stand, you might want to start piecing it together onto that so you can see how it hangs. But I've measured out using the chain in your kits today. As I say, the back one I'm using 27 centimetres. 27 centimetres. Then for the top part of the connector, there's going to be 5 centimetres each. Middle one will be 6 and then 1 off the bottom. So now I'm going to make a lovely little double connector there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a couple of jump rings because I'm going to attach them onto the jump ring. So I've got them ready. I'm going to get another eye pin. What if we used 4mm jump rings for the outside? Would it mess it up a bit? No, I don't think it would. No, I don't think it would. You might want to just double check your chain lengths, kind of make it sit where you'd like it to on your chest. I would say as long as the kind of top part that connects these ones together, so if we can move that down a little bit, as long as these are probably about 1 centimetre shorter than this middle part, they should still work in terms of sizing. You might just want to have a little play about with the angel and see what works for you. So I've got 2 of my eye pins here, and I'm going to add some crystals and pearls on. So for these, I'm going to add 2 crystals and 1 gorgeous pearl onto each of them. Lucy said something about a desk not being, stresses me out if my desk isn't clear. My desk starts off beautifully clear every morning I'm with you, and by the end of it, I do try and tidy up afterwards, but you can see I'll have like little bits of pin and bits of scrap wire and all sorts all over the place. So we've only got small little dainty pins on in your kit today. We don't need big lengthy long ones, but there's going to be more than enough to make sure that I can add 3 gorgeous beads onto them. So I'm going to do the same as usual. I'm going to bend that pin. I'm only going to trim off a little bit. I just want to keep about 1 centimetre. I'm covering it over with my hand so it doesn't fire off, though I do seem to have misplaced. There it is. And that way I've only cut a little bit off my pin, but it's not fired away. Back in with my round nose pliers, keeping it flush against the end. I'm giving it a little flick up with my knuckles kind of turned this way and then up, and that creates a little bend in the pin, so then I can reposition my hand and do lovely little motions all the way around just to turn that pin to make that a little bit neater. And then just if I need to straighten it up, I can do so. And again, I want to make sure those pins are kind of sitting in the same direction. Give it a little twist if you need to. That looks shocking. I need to redo that. I do apologise. This is the technique to do it, and then I must have stopped my rhythm. Let me just give that a bit of a better loop. There you go. And again with the other one. So they'll be matching on both sides. So I'm doing crystal, pearl and crystal. I'm going to bend my pin so my loop is sitting kind of upwards. My pin is bending in the same direction. Trim off a teeny tiny bit, so you've got about 1 centimetre left. I'm going to position those beads, that last crystal, just underneath my thumb, just to keep it in position. And then I'm going to do little tiny rotations to turn my loop. Oh, I think you're talking about food. Oh no. I read simmer, but she means summer. So you're talking about summer stock. No, not even thought about it. There'll be people now who are that organised that are making this year's Christmas makes, I'm sure. Camille says, I go in, clear my last mess on the desk, make more mess of whatever I'm doing, and then when it's done, I go out and shut the door and repeat. Yeah, same here, my lovely. Yeah, I think you're just talking about being organised and events and things. Christy says, my desk starts out neat, but when designing, I've got tons of everything everywhere. My desk's not too bad. It's the floor, I think, that suffers. David says he's got 2 desks, one for work and another for craft. Once he's moved into the new house, he's going to buy a bigger desk for jewellery making. Oh, David, you're going to have a full-on studio. That's going to be amazing. Oh, Mina, that's really kind. She said to Claire, Lou, and Heidi, just send her a message if you need any help with batch making. Mina's the queen of batch making jewellery. Elaine says those crystals are lovely colours. The crystals and the pearls are just gorgeous together. I'm demoing today with the Lagoon Ice. They are £3.99 for your kit, or 4 for 12, an absolute bargain. Hello, Phoenix Creation. She says, morning, just catching up and at the start, when you put those gorgeous blue crystals on the jump ring, at that point, all those crystals on the jump ring hanging down would make an amazing pendant. Well, this is what we're doing. We're making those pendants today to go on our gorgeous necklaces. Sue says she can hardly see a desk. Good morning to Janice. Claire needs a second desk. Lucy says Mina is my queen, and Janice has just ordered hers. Hard to choose, so got all of them. Thank you so much, Janice. So now we've made our little connectors, I'm just going to add those onto the chain. It is a really quick make today. I am chit-chatting, and hopefully I don't miss any steps. So I'm going to pop my jump ring onto the end of the chain that's going to run around the back of my neck. I'm going to add on those lovely little 3 bead or pearl and crystal bead connectors, and I'm going to close that jump ring over and do the same on the other side. So adding on the jump ring onto the last link of my chain, adding on my little multi-bead and closing that over. Now I'm going to add another 2 of my jump rings on to this part, and I'm going to take my first part of the chain, which is going to sit at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2 lengths, and as I say, my top pieces of chain are about 5 centimeters each. So I've kept those jump rings open, and I've got 2 pieces of chain of 5 centimeters each. So I'm going to add that firstly onto the jump ring. I will be opening and closing this jump ring again because I'm going to add my second chain onto this jump ring as well. But for now, I just want to show you how to get this part on, and then I can open it up. So adding the chain on, and closing that over. So my pendant, I'm going to pick part of my pendant, which is going to be the top. So I'm just going to take one of the pearls, so here, and I'm going to use these 2 jump rings either side. Now what you can do is you can open up the jump ring itself and slide that chain on, or you can open the link on the chain, whichever is easiest for you. Now I tend to do this while it's being on my bust, but I should be able to do it flat on the table. So I'm going to take that jump ring in the corner at the top and I'm going to open it up. I'm going to keep all my pins still on it and I'm just going to slide that piece of chain onto that there. So I'm taking the last link and I'm sliding it on, my pliers just in the way. And then I'm going to close that jump ring again. I am going to keep opening and closing that jump ring. I just want to make sure that it's fully closed. Then I'm going to take the other jump ring on the other side of that same connecting pearl at the top. I'm going to find the opening on that. I'm going to open it up by giving it a little turn towards me. So I'm getting a good grip with my pliers. I'm going to take the chain on the other side and I'm going to slide that on and close that over. So this is going to make it hang like so. Now I'm going to take my next lengths of chain, which are going to be slightly longer. So these are 6 centimeters, and that's going to fit between these sections here. So I've got what I'm referring to as the middle jump ring. So I've done the top ones, and I'm going to now do exactly the same, attaching that on to the middle. So again, I'm going to open up the jump ring at the top, so they're going to be attached to the same one here. Add that last link on and close that jump ring over. Oh no, apparently we've got gremlins and I'm freezing. I hope I'm not. I'm hoping you can still follow along. So I'm adding my next 2 lengths of chain. My chain is going to be the same length on both sides that I add, but this time it's going to be about 1 centimeter longer. So these are my 6 centimeter pieces. And then I'm going to add them onto the jump ring. So as I say, you can open up the jump ring or you can open up the link in the chain. If you want to do it that way, as I say, I am holding it flat on the table. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to open that link in the chain, just like I would do with the jump ring. I'm going to slide that over that middle jump ring at the side, and then I'm going to close that chain link over again. And I will do the same on this. So whichever is easy for you, you can open up the jump ring or you can open up the chain. I find sometimes by opening up the link on the chain, then I'm not worrying about any of those kind of pins with the pearls or crystals hanging off. So I'm going to take that middle jump ring and I'm going to slide that chain onto there. I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to be brave, just in front of the camera, so you can see me closing that link. I'm making sure that link in the chain is fully closed. Just open it like I would do a jump ring. So when I lift it up, it's going to start to connect that together. Lucy says, come out and come back in. Apparently I'm not freezing for everyone, so that's good. Okay, so I've connected my top, I've connected my middle, and now I'm just going to add a little bit of chain onto these bottom jump rings here. So if I can hold that up for you, it's going to be these 2 which are making that kind of, is it like a hexagon shape, I suppose? Phoenix says, big windstorm here in Fife can make the gremlins come out and play. And Christy says, it could be because I'm 1,000,000 kilometers away. Right, okay, so for my last little bits of chain, I'm only going to use 1 centimeter each. So that works out at about 6 links. So I'm going to take my chain here. And again, I can either attach it on by opening up the chain, or I can attach it on by opening up the jump ring. It doesn't matter too much, whatever you find is easiest. So I'm going to do it by opening up the chain link, sliding that through the bottom jump ring, and give that a little close over. So I've got that little dangly bit, and the same on the other. So when I'm adding my chain on, I'm just making sure it's sitting in between those pins. So if I can pick this up for you. So when my pins are worn and my necklace is worn, what will happen is it will pull them out. So you've got your pearl, your crystal and your pearl. I want the chain just to hang here in between. Not up there and not in between those ones, but just in between. Phoenix is chatting to Pauline about bead buddy designs. Heidi, where are you going on holiday? Yeah, I'm the same. I made a pendant this week with palm tree in wire because it's the closest I'm probably going to get to a beach holiday this year. But I hope wherever you go and you have a wonderful time. And Lucy says she thinks she's going to give this project a go and it looks so pretty. Something a bit different. So there you go. I'm going to open up the link on my chain and say these pieces of chain are only about 1 centimetre long. I'm going to add on my link on that piece of chain onto the jump rings. So it's sitting at the bottom. Camille says she loves the palm tree. Thank you very much. If you'd like to have a look at it, you can head over to my Facebook group. I'm on Instagram as well. I'm as Rock Scissors Paper if you want to have a little look at any of my kind of white creations which aren't on the tutorials here. So now that's just twisted round, but don't worry too much about it. Now I'm just going to join those together. So you can see here I've added another jump ring and then another couple of pearl drops. So I'm going to take one more of my eye pins. I'm going to take 2 crystals this time and 1 pearl, so it matches these connectors at the top of my necklace. Oh, Heidi's going the Canary Islands. How lovely. And Christy says maybe she needs to move to the UK. It is a wonderful part of the world. But, you know, I very much like to visit your way. So, no, stay there. And then when I finally get to visit, I can come and say hello to you. So, okay, then I've popped my connectors on. This is twisted a little bit, so I'm going to have to straighten that out in terms of the direction of that pin, I think, at the end. Cutting off a teeny tiny bit, so I'm leaving 1 centimetre. Didn't bend that enough, so my crystal's fallen off, but that's okay. I'm just going to slide it back on. Little twist up, all the way round, creating that little loop. Make sure they're in the same direction if you need to give it a little manipulate. Straighten up that pin if you've made it like I have and it's more of a P than an I shape. So then I'm going to take my jump ring and I'm going to add that on to the loop on the pin I've just made, and I'm going to take both ends of that dangling 1 centimetre chain and I'm going to slide the last link on the chain on to that jump ring, closing that over. And now I'm just going to make one more tiny little drop just to finish off. So this time I'm going to take my head pin. So it's got a little nail tip finish. It's not the eye pin. I only need to make 1 connector on this. So I'm going to finish off with a beautiful pearl and a gorgeous crystal. And I'm going to slide that onto my pin and turn my last loop. So again, give it a little bend to 90 degrees. You can use your looper if you want to. trimming that off. Little motions, flicking my wrist to create my final loop. Mina says, tip, make all beaded loops first, then put the necklace together. I tend to do that with my center kind of part of the pendant. So I'll make my crystals and I'll make my pearls, and then I kind of put it together as I go. But you can make all of these little bits and bobs first. Now you know what you're doing. So I'm going to open up that little loop I've just made at the top of that pin, attach it onto the last one, and my necklace is done. So as I say, when it's lying flat, it kind of doesn't show the shape quite as well while it's on the bust. So if I can turn this back up for you and pop it on the bust. On the bust or while you're wearing it as an actual necklace. So it looks like this. Very pretty. Would look gorgeous with a t-shirt. Would look gorgeous with a high neck. Would look gorgeous with a plunging V-line. I think they're quite spring-like, to be honest. I think it's possibly the colour palette that I've used. Tutu's given me all of the hearts. Thank you so much. How much chain for the project, says Claire Lou. So for this back piece, I've used about 27 centimetres. I just hold it up again. For these top parts, I've used 5 centimetres each. For the middle parts that are connecting onto the middle jump rings, I've used 6 centimetres each. And then these little dangles at the end are just 1 centimetre each. So in your kit, in fact, I'll take you back over to the website, TotallyBeads.co.uk. We are in Laurel necklace today. They are £3.99 per kit, or for only £12. If you have a little look, it'll give you all the information inside. So you're getting about 51 centimetres of your oval chain. You'll probably get a little bit more than what you need. And again, you can adjust that if you want to. So as long as I would say the top 2 strands here are about a centimetre shorter than these strands, it will still work. You're just covering that distance, that space there. Obviously, if these were the same length, it's going to pull up a little bit because you've got to cover that little extra space that is the distance between these pearls here. So you get about 51 centimetres of your chain in your kit. You're getting your 15 pieces of your eye pins, which are 30mm. You only need 1 head pin for that final little dangle. You're getting your glass pearls, your crystals. Your glass pearls are 6mm. Sorry, I don't know if I mentioned the measurements. And your crystals are 4 by 6mm. You're getting all the jump rings that you need to join your lobster clasp at the back and to link that pendant together. And you can choose from 4 beautiful colours today: champagne haze, lagoon ice, rose and stardust. So I really, really hope that you've enjoyed the make today. Angel says, very pretty, thank you for showing. You're very, very welcome. Phoenix Creations has got to go and brave the gales and walk her Cocker Spaniel, or is it a Sprocker Spaniel? That's a mouthful. She's called Meg. I think she'll need lead boots, and she doesn't blow away. Oh, bless her. I hope you enjoy your walk. Wrap up well. She loves the tutorial as always, Natalie. You are very, very welcome. Camilla's asking what I'm doing on Monday. I think Monday, I think I'm doing gemstone bracelets and earrings with you, which are really easy to do. And, you know, got my gemstones, haven't I? So I'm going to be very giddy, probably talking a million miles an hour. Very excited. I'm just going to see if I've missed any comments. Tutu's giving me loads of hearts. Claire's also going to go walk her dog. David says it looks beautiful. Lucy says so nice, love it. Joanne says the blue is gorgeous. Mina says stunning. Heidi says lovely. Claire says thank you, you're welcome. Kim says gorgeous, she couldn't resist getting them all. Thank you so much. Ruth says thank you, you're most welcome. I hope I've covered a sprocker. What's a sprocker spaniel? Is it like a Springer? Well, that would be a Springer spaniel, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know what it is, but I know I'm going to love it. She got curly ears. Oh, miss my doggy. Christy says loved it. So beautiful and so much fun. Elaine says really lovely. Camille's wishing everybody a lovely weekend. Joanne saying lovely work, thank you. Heidi saying, oh, gemstones. Christy's giving me all the heart. Everyone's being very complimentary. Thank you. Yeah, Camille saying maybe it's a Springer and a Cocker mix. Oh, okay. So her mum is a Cocker Spaniel and her dad is a Springer Spaniel. That's dead cute. Send me a picture. Tracy says loves this necklace. Ideal to use the beads up. Yeah. And yeah, she's got curly ears. Oh, love a doggy. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you have the most wonderful weekend. I will be back with you Monday. I'm going to be very excited on Monday. I'll tell you all about what's happening with my week next week, if it happens. So wherever you are, stay safe, keep warm, sending lots of love out to those in Turkey and places which have been affected this week. And I just, I want you to all make sure that you're safe and you're happy. Birgit says a great tutorial again. Thank you very much. You're most welcome. Phoenix says she's chocolate brown. And Anne says I had to buy all 4, not made anything for weeks. Well, these are really quick makes, especially, if you're going to turn your loops with a loop pattern, you'll be done in minutes. Please share your makes that you do make. Drop pictures in the handmade group. If you want to scroll back up, you'll find that link again. Yay, Anna says, lovely, I've managed to get all 4. Woohoo. Thank you so much for being with me today. Have a lovely weekend. We're nearly at 11 o'clock and I've not had a phone call from the school. So fingers crossed. Take care, everyone.